Hey everyone, ZZ here, and I'm at Falling Waterfalls. And this morning was a little bit stressful, not by not because there was hard work or anything. Um, I worked with my brother and my father today, and I love my family. Um, you know, they're family. You just That's what you do. They 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 may not res with you. They really might not. They may have completely different styles than what you have. You may be the oddball in your family, and that's okay. Um, but if you are, you're probably going to face some sort of difference in opinion or something along those lines. And it really got me thinking. Um, my father was driving the truck. My brother was in the front passenger seat. I was in the back, and they seem to be one after the other. My father and my brother are very similar. Um, and I pick up on this trait too. This is a problem for me as well. I believe it's a problem anyway, but I'm working on this. Is that um, we talk a lot. I'm sure that anybody who knows me will say, "Yeah, that's true." Um, but I I can't take it. And a lot of the time, I can't take it. Just how it how it really goes is that, well, in this situation that I was experiencing, it's that one person finishes a sentence, possibly not even that far, and then someone else jumps right in and and drops this thought, and then this person jumps back in, and then this person jumps back in, and there's no pausing whatsoever. Absolutely not a moment of silence. Absolutely no time to reflect and run through what was just said. And I just had to back out of the conversations and try to tune out the sounds that were happening. The voices just back and forth, and my own trying to put something in and do my thing of where I don't talk right after something is said so that I can think about it. Um, it just got so it got to be too much that I just, despite my seat being right behind what was happening, I just had to go quiet and not talk at all. And while not talking, when these are moving, this is not, to me anyway. So while not talking, the gears are turning, and I'm thinking. And I saw something that I think is a great illustration that I'll show you now. Here we have a puddle of water, just stagnant. Uh, it's from higher water levels when rain happens and everything. But we have a stagnant pool of water, and I don't know if you can see with the camera I'm using, but it's really its own little ecosystem. There's life happening in here. Uh, it looks like they are mosquito larvae, which is not going to be fun later, but there's a little ecosystem in here anyway. Um, so how it seemed to have gone this morning was, I guess we can illustrate it with some rocks. Um, Now you see, everything is doing its own thing. Everything is great. Whatever little bugs and stuff are in here are just doing their thing, and it's gonna rain pretty soon. So there are a few drops that hit the water, and when they do, I'll show you later. It spreads across the whole thing. Um, but so does this. You see, it's, relatively speaking, it's a loud interruption, and it causes a splash, and it picks up the dust at the bottom, and there's no time for it to settle, and the water just becomes chaotic. Everything in here just got pissed off by me because I interrupted this peaceful habitat, this peaceful situation of just quietness. That's how the morning seemed to have gone. This is just a little eyedropper, or liquid dropper, whatever you want to use it for. It drops one thing at a time, one drop at a time. And if I drop it from here, the ripple spreads across all of the water. But just for a moment. That's it. And everything knows that something just hit the water. Everything here heard something just hit the water. And everything is still at peace. Everything is still carrying on as it was. It's not that it wasn't a strong enough drop for everything else to recognize. And it's not that because I'm not dropping another one into the water that they forgot what just happened. But I can make a little drop right now, and everything knows that it happened. Everything's still at peace. Everything balances out and levels out. And then I can just drop a little thing into the water, and it's still at peace. But then, when I just start throwing rocks in here, everything becomes disturbed. Everything becomes shaky and hard to work with, hard to swim through and balance with. So this is just some imagery that I saw for what I experienced earlier today. It means whatever it is that you want it to mean. For me, it has its own meaning as well. Something that I need to practice. But do you really need to be a rock thrown into a puddle? Or can a drop of water, just one little drop of water, one tiny little pebble, can that still ripple across the entire surface? Can that still make waves to where everything in the water knows what happened and is still continuing at each individual organism's own pace? Take what you will.